Happy New Year and best wishes to you all. It's that time of the year where we are full of good resolutions. But will we manage to succeed with our art goals? I'm one of those people who loves to organize and plan. So for this first 2022 video, I want to introduce you to the method of 3, which is an easy way to break down your dreams into measurable goals so that you can take action with confidence and move towards your dream career as an artist. From art to business, back to the normal rhythm on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. 1 week English, 1 week French. Anyways, let's go! Let's start with the big picture and then gradually work our way down to the details. First, what are your 3 big goals for this year? And yes, 3 ones maximum. You can have just 1 or 2, but 3 is our maximum. Otherwise, you will spread yourself too thin and end up with nothing. Believe me, 3 is already a lot of work, as you will see when clarifying the next steps. I'll do the exercise at the same time to give you more concrete examples. So my 3 focuses for this year are: 1. Publish volume 2 of my manga Illustrated Fairytales, which we'll also call Illustfairy. 2. Develop my clothing brand Hime-sama Clothing. And 3. Grow my YouTube channel. These 3 projects will be your non-negotiables on which will focus all your energy and according to which you will organize your schedule. And yes, you may have commissions, or you may have an online shop or conventions or other things to manage in between, but most of your time will be focused on developing those 3. And really take projects that truly motivate you, where time flies because you love them and believe in them so much. The more motivated you are, the more likely you are to succeed. And now that those 3 projects are defined, then let's move on to the next stage. Once you have your 3 projects in place, take a calendar and note whether there are important dates, such as preparing your first stock of illustration goodies for a specific convention, or whether it's a larger project with no limits, like improving your drawing skills. Some people will be more motivated by a specific deadline, and I also actually believe that having numbers will help you measure your progress in a more concrete way. So for me, the big dates for Illustfairy are April 2nd, opening the crowdfunding pre-orders on Ulule, sending the book to the printer on the first week of June at least, so that I can receive the book at the beginning of July for summer convention sales. For the second project, Hime-sama, there's a big new collection planned around August, September, and YouTube stays just ongoing in the background all year long. At this stage, you might realize that some projects have a higher priority than others, and obviously the workload will be distributed differently. Or some projects won't even run at the same time. And as much as we'd love to be everywhere, it won't help us achieve any goals. So try to stay focused on what truly matters. This is where we start to make our dreams more measurable with more specific goals. Actually, 3 months is a lot of time, and also it goes by quite quickly. But it's definitely enough time to work on a goal and make it happen. So what are your 3 focuses again for each of your 3 big projects? Again, 3 big ideas maximum. Get to the point, and remember, you don't need to advance on everything at once. For example, my 3 focuses for the first quarter concerning Illustfairy are: 1. Finish all the sketches plus at least 3/4 of the inking. 2. Finish all the color illustrations. And 3. Do the complete setup of the Ulule crowdfunding page. In the second quarter, the manga is divided into 1. Marketing, 2. Finalizing the book, and 3. Distribution. And meanwhile, the focus of the 2 first quarters on the other projects is really limited to building the community on social media and manga conventions for Hime-sama, and continuing to post weekly videos on YouTube. I'm consciously putting putting a very minimal focus on those two, because from experience I know that it's absolutely unrealistic to be in the middle of drawing and launching a 200 pages manga at the same time as launching a clothing collection, for instance. On the other hand, the third quarter will be almost exclusively reserved for new Himisama releases, and Illustrate, on the contrary, will be totally in the background, just with sales at conventions. The most important aspect here will be to find a realistic compromise between your projects and your abilities. Even if you want to do everything right now, and I totally understand you because I also want to do it, look objectively at your dates, what is the most urgent, and adjust accordingly. Now let's continue our plan so that we can slowly but surely take action. Your 3 quarterly goals can now be subdivided into 3 monthly focuses, which will make them much more concrete and achievable, and this should definitely start to motivate you to just go for it. It's up to you whether you plan month by month in chronological order or in retro planning based on your deadlines. For a concrete example, with Illustrate, we would have January, first task, complete inking of the chapter The Little Mermaid. Number 2, complete the sketch of the chapter The Wild Swans. And number 3, complete the sketch of all the color illustrations. February would be 1, complete coloring all of the illustrations, 2, setup of the campaign page and getting it approved by the website, and 3, minimum half of the inking of the Wild Swans. And just for info, if you wonder about the titles, actually Illustrated Fairytales is my manga series based on classical fairy tales, so if you're interested, I'll put the link to volume 1 and the free Tapas webcomic in the description. Anyways, I'm not giving you all the next months, but you get the idea. We are slowly but surely setting small actionable goals, which will make certain that we will be able to achieve our big goals more easily. And to make certain that we will succeed, yep, we are subdividing once again. Surprise! Who would have thought? We continue with weekly goals. Now, it's up to you to see how you best organize yourself within those 4 weeks. Do you, for instance, dedicate a whole week to a single project, or do you work on all 3 at the same time every single week? So at the moment, for me, it would look like this. Week 1, sketching all the Illustrate illustrations, and 2, preparing Instagram posts for Himisama. Week 2, scripting new YouTube videos, filming next month's videos, and sketching half of the Wild Swans. Week 3, sketch the other half of the Wild Swans and inking the Little Mermaid. Week 4, inking the Little Mermaid and preparation of Himisama stocks for new conventions. Since I know that these are bigger tasks, especially inking and sketching, where you always have days that are more or less productive than others, I limited my weeks with 2 main goals. Also, remember that there will always be random events you didn't see coming that will pop up, like you can fall ill, or your soulmate surprises you with a romantic weekend trip, or a new client asks you for a meeting, and more. Plan enough to have a nice visible advance, but still plan broad enough just in case. There's really nothing more demotivating than having a super classy schedule only to find that you don't even check half the boxes on your to-do list. The point is to refine your vision with concrete tasks to visualize what you can realistically do. We are almost there. This is the step that will really get you going with small victories every single day. As minor as they may seem, these tasks combined every day, week, month will have a huge impact and allow you to achieve your big creative goals in the long run. As an example, I'll simply take my second week, which was scripting videos, filming and sketching the Wild Swans. So subdivided with 3 focuses per day maximum, here is my schedule. Monday morning and afternoon, annual accountancy for last year, and evening watching a cozy movie while sketching the Wild Swans. Tuesday, complete day scripting YouTube videos. Wednesday morning YouTube videos recording and afternoon sketching the wild swans. Thursday, complete day for client meetings and student workshops. And Friday, morning sketching the wild swans and afternoon inking the Little Mermaid. The goal is really to keep a maximum of 3 non-negotiable focuses. But as you can see, I don't always stick 100% to the weekly goals defined beforehand, because as you said, there will always be random things that pop up. For instance, yearly bookkeeping, which is so fun, and meetings. Knowing your work rhythm is also important to better define your tasks actually. So for instance, I know I procrastinate and get super bored if I have to do exactly the same task over and over again. So even though it wasn't a big focus this week, I put an afternoon of inking to change from sketches. It's all part of the same project, so we can be more spontaneous sometimes too. Our dreams are important, but it's also as important to have fun and keep the passion on these projects that we do because we love them and not because they're an obligation. And really, if one day you're not going as planned, if you need to rest, just do it. Like tomorrow I had planned to ink Illustrator, but then I decided that I want to go shopping so badly to buy new fabric to sew him in some accessories for the upcoming conventions. So yeah, we are human, we do this job because we love it, and it's not the end of the world if you change your plans from time to time. Take care of yourself and enjoy. I started using this system 6 months ago after discovering it in the amazing The Bee Boost business training, and overall it works very well and has especially helped me to better target my actions and priorities. And really, especially if you are part of the hyper creative team, and hello, I'm too, with lots of ideas in mind, then it should really help you clarify your priorities and actions. And that being said, now it's your turn to speak up. What are your 3 big projects that you want to achieve in 2022? Leave a comment below so that we can all inspire and motivate each other. And for those who are interested, I have actually created a printable template that I've been using for months now as a daily planner to move forward on my own goals. So with the reopening of my Patron page, it is now available to all my monthly supporters. This channel is and will always be free, and if you wish to support it, then you can join on patreon.com/Sabrina K to access your diary directly and see all the behind the scenes of the business, the planning, the projects, in short, everything. So hoping that my experience will inspire you in your own journey as an illustrator. Really, every support is precious and allows me to continue creating for aspiring artists who want to develop their passion just like you. And if you want to support the channel for free, you can always like, subscribe and share this channel and your favorite videos to reach more people who want to grow from art to business. See you soon and go for your dreams. You can do it.